Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 6's Kalos region was based on France with Pokemon X and Y, and it introduced the least amount of new Pokemon yet, with 72 new additions. However, the generation still brought significant shakeups to the landscape of competitive Pokemon, with the addition of the 18-type Fairy into be the Silver Bullet to Dragon type, while also breathing some new life into many Pokemon that now got the Fairy typing instead of their old normal type. Generation 6 was also the introduction of the first real generational mechanic, Mega Evolution. Still my favorite generational mechanic by far to this day. This allowed Pokemon to evolve an additional time mid-battle. Limited to 1 Mega Evolution per battle, by holding the Mega Stone, a Pokemon would get a boost of 100 to its base stats, although its new speed stat would not be applied to turn it Mega Evolved, as well as often be granted a new ability. This granted many previously weak Pokemon a new chance to shine, but also made already great Pokemon, like Gengar and Lucario, absolutely insane. Finally, this generation saw a plethora of balance changes to existing things, like Defog now getting the hazard removal functionality, Knockoff becoming the stable Dark-type move thanks to a significant power boost, weather abilities no longer creating permanent weather, and the nerf to Steel-type's resistances now no longer resisting Dark or Ghost. Guys, welcome back to the Pokemon Prog series, and we are now finally entering Generation 6, starting obviously off with OU. Without further ado, let's see what we're working with. So finally, we have access to Mega Evolution. We've obviously had that with the brief Champions episode that we did for our first anniversary app. But apart from that, this is the first time that we actually have Mega Evolution as a proper mechanic. And this is when it first got introduced as a generational mechanic. And I think it's the first time that we actually had a generational mechanic. Before that, it's kind of just been generation defining stuff, like whether being extra good in Generation 5, but still that's stuff that all the previous stuff has been kinda always there. And obvious physical special play in Gen 4, it has been carried over. So this is the first time when they've introduced a mechanic at some point and then later on taken it away. And then obviously Champions reintroduced it. But first and foremost, our first team is just a what I know best, basically a bulky offense team. And to give it a little bit of context also, to a lot of the teams, I've kind of been building both Generation 6 and 7, don't do it, teams alongside each other. And I kind of want to highlight as many, VGG is different, but as for the at least singles formats, I'll try to highlight as many Mega Evolutions as possible. I try to not really have repeats in between even with the 2 generations, because there's a lot of cool Mega Evolutions that I want to showcase. And the first and foremost one here is Metagross. I'll be honest, I can't believe this thing is OU and not Ubers in Gen 6. I think Metagross is absolutely disgusting. Let me just show you some stats here. Here we go. So Metagross Mega has a base stat total of 700 with 145 attack, 150, 110 in its defenses. The special attack stat is obviously wasted, but also 110 speed. This thing is a speed demon that hits extremely hard and is so bulky. Metagross is disgusting. Obviously, it also has Tough Claws, and we're making full use of this. Usually I like running EQ on my Metagross, but this time I am only running contact moves. We have Zen Headbutt here and Bullet Punch as our stat moves. We're not even running a Meteor Mash. I don't want to risk missing it. I'd rather just go for more coverage. We have Power Up Punch here to also boost up our attack, and this is also 60 base power with Tough Claws, and then Thunder Punch just to hit stuff like water and flying types that we otherwise kind of struggle with. And I think I mentioned it in the intro, but in case I didn't, so for Generation 6, new Mega Evolutions also count as a new mon, so you will notice here that the only Generation 6 Pokemon I have is Volcanion. The reason for that is that we've decided to also count Mega Evolutions as those, since they are technically new Pokemon. So these are my 2 Generation 6 slots for the rule. But my other one is Volcanion. I think Volcanion is one of my favorite mythicals to just use in battle. I think it's super cool. And if you look at my team, like, it's a like soft sand team, but I do obviously have like 2 water weaknesses. So having Water Absorb is nice. Choice Scarf gives Volcanion a decent speed here to be able to outspeed some even faster Mons, and also because it's not super fast itself, it also lets us scout for opposing Scarfs. I think like Assault Vest is another item on this that I really like, and Assault Vest obviously new to this generation. But as for our move pool, we have Steam Eruption, Flame Thrower, Earth Power, and Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is just there for the fairy coverage, the newly introduced fairy type. Earth Power is here to hit stuff like Heatran and like other fire types, other Volcanion as well. Steam Eruption obviously is just a it's a signature Scald for Volcanion at this point. 5% chance to miss, but it should never come up really. And then obviously just Flamethrower for the most consistent option. I'm a little bit rock weak here, obviously, with having a Volcanion and a Tornadus Therian, but Tornadus Therian having Regenerator obviously kind of offsets that a little bit. This is mostly here to be a bulky pivot. As you can see, like I've maxed out its speed and then just mostly gone for HP just to get the maximum amount of regenerator value. Mostly I'm just looking to knock off a bunch of items and then just U-turn out of there. But if we need to, like Air Slash there obviously as a good stab option, and Heatwave to hit the steel types. But knockoff obviously also newly buffed, 65 base power now, 1.5 times if Poho is an item, extremely broken move. So yeah, I'm also just looking to knock off items and be a nuisance, and a very bulky pivot. Then we have T-Tar here with Choice Band, Sandstream, Stone Edge, Quench, Superpower, Pursuit. Nothing really crazy here. I've gone with a little bit of speed, but also putting a lot of stuff into bulk as well, but very basic here. We have Clefable here with Lefties, Magic Guard, and Bold, maxing out its defenses and going for a Calm Mind with Moonblast, Ice Beam, and Soft Boiled. This is looking to sweep late game. Obviously, Magic Guard also gives us an immunity to our own Sandstorm, which is super nice. And yeah, Clefable is kind of a menace. And also, obviously, it's now a Fairy type, has access to Moonblast. Clefable is crazy. And then finally, we're playing OU. We gotta have Lando Therian. I've decided to go for a super physical bulky one this time with Rocky Helmets. And it's also our Stealth Rock setter. We have U-turn, we have Stone Edge, we have Earthquake to also be able to hit some moves, and a little bit of speed and special defense investment, but nothing really crazy here. Like I said, like a pretty bog standard bulky offense theme for the first one, I would say. And as for the second one, we have a very hazard weak offensive team, and the reason why I'm running, I don't like Latias Mega is not like one of my all-time favorites. I do like it, and I like, well, I think Latios Mega is kind of I think like Latias gets a lot cooler with its Mega Evolution, given like how it like changes the stats a little bit, but still it is just a really bulky mon that hits decently hard still. And the reason why we've ended up going for this for Mega is I wanted to use this like OU to showcase a bunch of the new stuff as like said here, like it's a lot more box standard one with Volcanion in there, but here like I'm trying to showcase all the like broken new stuff. Talonflame obviously is crazy. We have Contrary, Serperior with Glare. We have the greatest knockoff abuser of all time in Weavile. We have an offensive Gliscor. Like all of this, like this makes us pretty weak to hazards, so I wanted to have a consistent way to get rid of hazards, and Latias does that. Latias has Defog, the newly buffed Defog for Generation 6 now gets rid of hazards in addition to the -1 evasion, and then we just have Recover, Thunderbolt, and Psyshock. I don't have a Dragon move here because obviously I'm expecting to see a lot of fairies, and also like the main thing this Latias is here isn't to do damage, it's to be a bulky and fast defogger, and obviously having Recover means that we can also keep it safe. And Thunderbolt on Psyshock coming off a base 140 special attack means it's still like not going to be set off fodder, and it's going to be still very potent. Latias is very good. As for the first one here that we need the defog for, we have Talonflame, obviously quadruple weak to rocks, being fire flying, but we have running a choice band. We have Gale Wings there, Gale Wings in Generation 6 is where you always get the priority. I was also like, I was thinking of running Roost, because obviously having the priority Roost is pretty nice, but I ended up with Will-O-Wisp, because the big thing here is obviously I'm also expected to get knocked off at some point. Like Brave Bird and Flare Blitz are the moves that we want to be clicking most of the time. You turn there to just pivot out of unfavorable matchups, and then Will-O-Wisp is here because there's actually quite a decent bit of good, what's his face? Good setup sweepers, physical setup sweepers here. Like you have a Caesar, like Mega Caesar is here, my own Gliscor, obviously. Like if you can burn it instead of letting it activate its toxic heal, it's worthless. And if we get knocked off, it's obviously also nice. Like we can throw it a move, like something like a Brave Bird, if we don't really kill and don't want to switch out for something that to take a big hit. We can kind of, as a like final gambit, leave a Will-O-Wisp. We can bring in one of our own setup sweepers on a burn target on the turn we sack Talonflame, and then set up free on them as if they're burned and can't really do much, which I think ultimately is just more valuable than keeping Talonflame healthier. Just gotta be wary of, because like if you look at my team, like if Talonflame goes down, like stuff like I just mentioned, like Mega Caesar becomes an incredibly potent threat. Important note, by the way, I think it's pretty obvious, but still, knockoff doesn't knock off Mega Caesars. It would be kind of crazy if it did, but it doesn't. Next up we have Keldeo here with Choice Spec, Scald, Secret Sword, Hydro Pump, and Ice Wind, like pretty box standard here. Unfortunately, Keldeo does not get what's his face? Does not get Ice Beam, and HP Ice is now 60 base power instead of 70. So I decided that I'd rather just go for Ice Wind to be able to get some more utility there, and sacrificing 5 base power doesn't really matter. Hydro Pump and Scald both, because when I don't need to or want to risk missing a Hydro Pump, I can just click Scald, and then yeah, Sacred Sword, very self-explanatory. Then we have Superior here. Didn't really showcase that in Generation 5, but contrary Superior is very, very good. It doesn't really get a lot of, like, if I scroll through here, you can see it doesn't really get a lot of moves outside of grass moves, but that's why we had elected to go for Hidden Power Fire here. We have lefties, we have some HP here to essentially ensure that we get 76 HP substitutes. And obviously, if your opponent gets paralyzed the turn you set up a substitute, you get a free turn. Contrary to Leaf Storm is going to be ramping up our special attack constantly, and the few things that can swap into that usually tend to be steel types, and that's why we have Hidden Power Fire. Obviously, something like a Heatran completely walls this set, but we do have obviously multiple ways of dealing with stuff like Heatran, so it shouldn't be a problem. This is something that should come up a little later, as we see the opportunity to kind of go for a setup. Sorry, I'm just checking, I think, because Jeexx also... Yeah, sorry, Jeexx also just sent me his, that's what I was checking. But for the last two, we have Weavile also on Choice Band here. Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Pursuit, Ice Shard, just the stat machine, obviously super squishy, but with this speed stat and this attack stat, like knockoffs coming off Weavile are gonna be incredibly potent. We do still have, obviously, even though Weavile should be outspeeding basically everything that's not a Choice Scarfer, obviously like having stuff like Ice Shard for stuff like Landorus Therian is super nice, and overall just like ice coverage is so valuable in especially like Gen 6 OU. And finally we have a Gliscor, and I've decided to go for a defensive Toxic Orb Poison Heal SD set. So Gliscor kind of suffers from, unless you're doing stall, kind of suffers from full Mushla syndrome, because obviously like we have Sword Tank, we have Roots, we have Earthquake, we have Facade. I would love to have also something like Acrobatics here, or something like a coverage move from an Ice Fang, or more notably, usually Knockoff. Like if I could have Knockoff as a 5th move here, that would be perfect. But SC Roost, Earthquake, Facade still like gives us crazy longevity. If the opposing like Weavile is gone, then that's perfectly fine. We can take some like Ice Beams as well, and I have a little bit of a speed investment here as well to hit the 240, and obviously Earthquake Facade like just gives us really good coverage. Mostly we want to be clicking Earthquake if it's super effective, and then otherwise just Facade because it's coming off a 140 base power because we're hopefully going to be poisoned. And the nice thing about Gliscor, the final note here as well, why I really like it, is after you activate your Toxic Orb and you get poisoned, you don't really care about your item anymore, because it will attempt to poison you every turn, but obviously it can't if you're already poisoned. So this is also a nice way for us to absorb knockoffs, because that's going to be a very important skill going forward. It's like, who do you switch into the pretty obvious knockoff? Because knockoff is going to be very potent, and we're going to be seeing it a lot, so yeah. But those are my teams. Pretty excited about this. I've been looking forward to Generation 6, mostly for Mega Evolution, for a long time. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these games go. So looking forward to it. Thank you so very much for watching the team breakdowns. Hopefully you enjoyed the Jeexx as well. And afterwards, I will see y'all in the battle zone. Hey, yo, Weebfox chiming in. I'm recording this immediately after we did our actual matches. But just a heads up. You're gonna see Jeexx's teams and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, there are no Generation 6 Pokemon in these. So we had agreed, like, going into Generation 6 that Megas, I said like Megas would count as a Generation 6 Pokemon, because those are technically from Generation 6. So running a Mega counts as a Gen 6 Pokemon, which probably, because Wolfie's Draft League was just recently, and there they like could draft Pokemon with their Mega Stones, but you didn't have the Mega Evolve still. Probably because of that, his brain interpreted running a Mega as a Gen 6 Pokemon. He interpreted that as giving something a Mega Stone. Counts as a Gen 6 Pokemon. Although, obviously, you can't Mega Evolve those two Pokemon, which means that we can never see two Gen 6 Pokemon in his team in this. So he just kind of like interpreted that differently, but that's perfectly fine. No worries. But for this one, that's why Jeexx's teams are going to include 0 Gen 6 Mons. And we've now agreed that in the future, 1 Mon per team with a Mega Stone counts as a new Pokemon, and the other one needs to be from Generation 6, because we want to see Jeexx obviously also use Gen 6 Mons as well. But I mean, like I said, perfectly fine, no worries there. Like, there was just a miscommunication there, difference in interpretation, and it's perfectly fine. And if you watch the Yu-Gi-Oh series, you know that stretching the rules is one of the main skills in these series here. But yeah, just letting you know here as a heads up. But for the future, it's 1 Mega and 1 Gen 6 Mon at least in your team. But for this one, like I said, perfectly fine. And yeah, enjoy his team breakdowns, and afterwards I'll see you in the battle zone.
Okay, so we are playing Gen 6 OU. Finally we got here. It's been like half a year of Gen 5, I think. God, that's crazy. I mean, that's not because Gen 5 was that long. It's because we took a bunch of stuff that like cost like to kind of go awry. But we got Alakazam, Gardevoir, Gliscor, Rotom, Wash, Ferrothorn, Heatran. We got Alakazam the Psychic, Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball. Obviously, this is supposed to be a setup sweeper using Shadow Ball, Psychic, Focus Blast. You know, as a, you could make the argument that I shouldn't even be running Calm Mind. I could be running something else like Dazzling Gleam, right? I could be doing anything else, because this thing is probably gonna nuke anything that it touches, because it's got like we talked about this last week, but it's essentially got Specs and Scarf in one. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, we got Gardevoir with Hidden Power Ice, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Ice for... Fuck, it's been a while. There was something grass that I was thinking about and something flying. Fuck, I need to double check. These motherfuckers should get... Oh, this motherfucker! Right, that motherfucker. Yeah. That motherfucker gets checked with this. Right, yeah. And there's Moonblast for... and Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice for both Pixelate coverage. I think it's Pixelate, right? The Mega Gardevoir ability. And then Moonblast for if I don't have over Mega. Gliscor, Toxic Orb, Poison, Heal, EQ, Knockoff, Taunt, Roost. No rocks. Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Volubis, Pain Split, and then we got Power Whip, Leech Seed, Spikes, Protect, and then we got Stealth Rock, Lava Plume, Protect, Roar on Heatran. I think this is a fairly self-evident core for the team, right? We got a fucking electric water, we got a grass steel, and we got a fire steel for all of our hazard setting and status spreading. For the second team, we have Caesar, Clefable, Chansey, Slowbro, Gastrodon, Zapdos. Caesar with Defog, which now actually removes hazards. Ruse, Bullet Punch, Superpower to check for things such as T-Tar. Pretty sure they should one-shot T-Tar in Mega. Might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure he one-shots T-Tar in Mega. Should be faster too, because I'm gonna assume that if you're running T-Tars, well, T-Tar's pretty fast, right? T-Tar's like 80? 70? 61. Bro, is T-Tar... Okay, never mind. I keep thinking T-Tar's like faster than Caesar for some reason. It's probably because usually I just use priority against it anyway, right? Yeah. Oh, right, I will also get 10 speed. That's huge. Clefable, Leftovers, Unaware, Moonblast, Wish, Calm, and Protect. Chansey, Seismic Toss, Softball, Stealth Rock, Hail Bell. This is so fucking stupid. Slowbro with Slowbro 9 to Regenerate, Scald, Ice Beam, Toxic, Slack Off. If I end up having to fight something that I think it's more defensively bulky rather than physically bulky, especially bulky, right? It's like super bulk, right? Can I even see it from here? Mega Slowbro? I can't find it. But yeah, it also just gives me access to a Mon that kind of covers for a lot of weakness that I'm gonna have otherwise. Ice Beam obviously deals with Thunderous, not Thunderous, with Landorus. Slack Off, Toxic, spreading statuses, and Scald for possibly burning physical attackers. Gastrodon, Lefty, Stormden, EQ, Scald, Toxic, Recover. This is obviously supposed to be a stall set without, you know, without, what's it called? Without Protect or anything of the sort, because we're not playing VGC. Is this male, female? No? Oh, I don't know. Oh, right, it's the difference between, like, where you catch it, right? Zapdos, Safety Goggles, Pressure, Discharge, Heat Wave, Defog, Ruse. We got 2 Defoggers, so we can get rid of a lot of hazards. We got Roost on both of them to make it so that they're a bit bulky. We got Safety Goggles on Zapdos specifically because I don't want to get slept and I don't want to get hit with other powder moves. Sport counts as a powder move, I think. I might be misremembering. But we also have Heal Bell to deal with that bullshit if that does not work out. But we'll see how this goes. Good luck with the games.
Hello there, gamer.
Hello.
How's it going?
Can't believe T1 is running it down though. What the fuck?
Nah.
What the hell? Oh my god. Faker, why did you flag for the king? You should have been in the fight, Faker!
What is it? Is it like EWC or what is it? The tournament?
I have no fucking idea. I think it's LCK.
I see. Cause
I don't watch this shit.
yeah, fair. It's there are too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
The only time that I watch this stuff is when it's like, oh, T1's playing. Okay, I guess I'll look.
Very fair.
There's no other teams in this entire fucking game that are worth shit.
This dude's a hater. I respect it though.
No. It's just, you know, if they had any good teams, if any teams existed for longer than a season, maybe one could give a fuck. But the only like teams that exist for longer than a season are all like Korean teams or dogshit EU teams.
Hey, G2 has had a lot of longevity, but I guess like a lot of rosters these like get Giga Shuffle.
Yeah, and I think that's really detrimental to actually watching these.
That's fair.
It's like when I tune into League of Legends, I can be like, okay, so T1's playing, Faker's in, okay, cool. Whereas if I think like G2's playing, okay, Cap is Cap still on G2?
Oh, we're actually asking? Yes. G2 is like the one roster that's like stayed pretty samey. Obviously, a lot of stuff has still stayed yet, but yeah.
But it's like that's kind of ass, isn't it?
Probably
there used to be a time where you tuned into like NALCS and you were like, oh, Bjergsen's playing.
It's Bjergsen, Dyrus, Odd One, and then the only thing that changed, like, okay, who's the 80 carry with X Special? Yeah, OG obviously was Wild Turtle, and then it changed to... who was it? Dude, I can't fucking remember. That's ancient history at this point.
Yeah, it's over 10 years old.
God damn.
You know, I was talking about this with you, though, but like the other day when I was just sitting in call yapping shit, he and I were yapping shit for a while after that when you guys went to bed.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking 4 a.m. And I was, dude, I need to go to bed. The thing that I was thinking about was the fact that whenever I was over every Monday, 10 years ago, it was every Monday was like that.
Yeah, that was kind of the same for me, but I had the weekend slots. That's when I still watched anime. We would go to Burger King, get some nuggets, get some garbage from the store. I would throw up most nights, and we would just watch anime.
I think it's impressive that you threw up, in a way, because like, what do you mean you ate so much that you threw up? Like, bro, what the fuck?
It is really fun to think that we did that for multiple months, and more often than not, I threw up. And never in my mind, it was like, maybe I should not, in addition to the 30 nuggets, eat a double cinnamon roll and some candy and some other bullshit. But when you're a dumb high schooler, you don't think about that shit. You think like, hell yeah.
It's true. Wow, T1 actually lost.
GG's.
They were in a really good, like, not the best of 3, but like they were in a really good position there, and they still somehow threw it away.
Man.
They had multiple fights where they went like 3-2-1 essentially. Wow.
All
I
right,
didn't even
so
sleep. Oh, man.
Generation 6. Oh yeah. We are here. We have a Mega Evolution unlocked. How are you feeling?
I mean, I've been playing Champions, so I don't really feel much different about this.
Very fair.
Which is kind of weird, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Champions is kind of ruined getting to Gen 6. Because Mega Evolutions are ever present in Champions because you don't have any other gimmicks in it. So it leads to a situation where I'm sitting here like, yeah, okay, sure, cool, that's nice. Anyway, can we get the cool ones in?
W Pokemon Champions.
It's like, I've been also wondering about stuff like, because I haven't been playing Champions for a few weeks now. I've been actually thinking about, when does, like, anything happen in that? Like, when are we gonna get the next set of Mons into it?
I think it's at least, well, they have the precedent is we have the sample size of 1, but it's like thus far it's been like there are 2 seasons and then a regulation changes.
Okay, so at the end of this season, so at the end of this month, I think.
Yeah, it should be like the season should be monthly, so it should be
a
a
couple of
months.
months still in like the ZA's DLC.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I think it'd be cool. That sound like, oh. What do you mean you got a Mon like this in here and we don't even got access to it?
I mean, it's gonna be interesting when there's the first like restricted format and there's Mr. Mega Zygarde here.
Yeah, there's also Mega Darkrai, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Also, I'm interested to see what the fuck Mega Golisopod's ability is gonna be.
I hope they make it good. Give it water bubble or some shit.
It's Bug Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, would you give this Mon to make it compete with like Caesar as well? Because obviously it's gonna be hitting a similar niche because it's an attacker. It's physical attacker. It's a water. It's a Bug Steel physical attacker.
I'll be honest, I didn't even realize that it gets the steel typing. I thought they was still bug water.
No. It changes to Bug Steel, which is weird.
Honestly, with that low key, now I want it to get water bubble even more because that would basically give it a triple stab while also making its only weakness only be 2x. But I mean, to be fair, I think if there's one Mon that deserves to be broken, it's Mega Golisopod.
Yeah, I mean, I think Golisopod being emergency exit is kind of stinky, right?
It is.
But I think emergency exit is a really cool ability in concept when you're playing against AI. Like when you're playing against like the actual trainers in a game, it can be really useful, especially when you go into stuff like the run hacks, where Golisopod turns out to be like one of the most broken ones in the entire game because it has the ability to switch out for free, where like switching in and out is actually difficult for that, like for a lot of these things.
Yep.
So if they manage to make Mega Golisopod actually good, that would be correct.
It would, because the main issue is just like with emergency exit, obviously, is that it's happening immediately upon you reaching that threshold means that he essentially is just a priority merchant, because more often than not you're missing a turn of moving, and that's why the most used item on the guy was a citrus berry, because like, oh, we hit nuclear status, please, I don't want to be here yet.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not a one that wants to use citrus berry, it's one that needs to. So it's weird. It looks cool.
Okay,
and
what
yeah.
about emergency exit with regenerator?
That could be cool.
Because then it doesn't need citrus berry, because obviously the fact that it has the Mega Stone means that it can't use citrus berry.
Yeah, I mean, they already
So if they still want to keep exit on it.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, like, Mega Electros has Beast Boost plus Levitate, which both are incredibly good abilities. So
Yeah.
it's not out of the realm of possibility that they just combine two things. Like, if it's Emergency Exit and Regenerate, like, that could be fun.
Yeah.
I would be down for that.
Also, if it just works as regenerator without exiting as well, that would be really good. Because now it's a defensive wall. It's 175 defense. Oh wait, but it has 75 HP, bro.
I mean,
Is she gonna blow up?
it's usable.
It's got 150 attack.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like you're investing in the speed, because you're still gonna want to click Aqua Jet and First Impression most of the time, so you can still just like invest in the bulk. So
Yeah.
it should still be fine.
But we're like wildly off topic.
It's
We
true.
could talk about the other Bug Steel Mega. The cooler one.
I can't believe Jeexx would use Mega Caesar in the first format where we have Mega Caesar. And technically, obviously, we had it in the Champions episode, but that's a spin-off of the main path.
Did I
we're
even
walking
get to
in.
go Mega Caesar in that?
I don't
I
actually
think
remember.
I just used regular Caesar for that.
There's a good chance.
Because I was like, oh, I don't have the team here. Fuck, is it broke?
We can from the episode, but okay, actually, now when I think about it, there's a good chance that, like, I literally said, like, hey, let's make it new Mega Evolutions only.
Oh, yeah.
That, actually, I would assume that that's what we did. Because otherwise, like, hey, let me pull up with Mega Gengar. It's like, wow, really exciting
Who would have
stuff.
expected that?
Yeah, that's...
But how are you feeling about Gen 6 OU?
I'm excited because, I mean, I like Mega Evolution. This is like when I start getting more comfortable with competitive Pokemon, well, competitive singles. So it's getting closer to what's essentially, I consider my realm, although it was over 10 years ago.
I mean, Gen 6 OU came out like 15 years ago.
Yep. But like I didn't know that Showdown existed when X and Y came out.
Yeah.
I was a wee little lad just enjoying my games, and this was also the peak era of Pokemon for me, when I was always like, all right, mom and dad, for my birthday I want Pokemon X, for my Christmas present I want Pokemon Y.
Bro, why are you getting the same game twice?
Because I wanted both box legendaries and 2 different starters. The marketing worked on me.
Actually, he
Actually,
didn't even do the whole thing. He didn't even do the thing where he gets the other starter, sends it over, restarts, and then plays the whole game.
no, I never restarted. It was, I'm now getting rid of my saves. And back then also, you didn't have, obviously, like the Switch profile, so you only had one save per device, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it was...
Somewhat related to this, actually. They're killing off Bank.
I saw something that a lot of like games won't be able to connect to it anymore.
Yeah, like everything past, I think 3DS is just, home is just not gonna work for it. Like you can't connect from Bank to home anymore.
That's...
Glitchy was complaining about this, which is like kind of ass.
I mean, it's it's not obviously all of it, but I think kind of the part and the selling point of Pokemon Home was that like everything everywhere you could just send there. So
Yeah.
the fact that you no longer can is wild. It will obviously, like, for me personally, it doesn't matter, but I'm not gonna be glorping on the mega corporation, and I still think that's fucking whack. So even though like I've essentially like I've played the older games, I've sent my Mons there to home. I'm probably not gonna play the older games again, but the fact of the matter is that like the whole selling point of home was like all of your Pokemon from all of your adventures in one place, and I was like, yeah, so actually it's not that anymore. And it's like there's also like, I mean, some people, a lot of, not some people, a lot of people still enjoy playing the older games. We literally know of a person, and there's also the fact that imagine like you just replay an older game and then you run into a like just random like economic shiny, and now it's like, hey, by the way, you can't take this anymore. Like that's fucking whack.
This isn't exactly the same thing, but like when I was starting off streaming like 5 years ago, I did Pokemon playthroughs. Like, pretty much exclusively. I did Pokemon Slay the Spire, and I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX on the side while I was bullshit. But in one of those playthroughs of like Moemon Emerald or some shit, I think it was Moemon Fire Red, which is a mod of like Pokemon Fire Red with a bunch of like stuff from future games, and then on top of that, it's got anime girl sprites.
Well, actually, Jeexx just had a like visual. He edited the episodes to look like that. Actually, he was just playing actual Fire Red on his like Game Boys, because you know, no mods like.
No mods. Sorry, Nintendo. My bad.
Big Nintendo. Big N.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me, Nintendo. No.
The fingers are coming to your house as we speak.
But yeah, in that there's a Sneasel that I got, which is a shiny. Which, yeah, it's from a modded game, so I can't actually transfer it over. But the idea that somebody could be playing like Nuzlocke or something on one of their actual like Game Boy Advances, and then they get a natural shiny, and now they go like, cool, I want to transfer this over, and it's impossible. It's physically impossible. That's really annoying, especially because I don't think that there is an actual cost involved in like allowing this connection to exist outside of just maintaining the ability for home to connect to bank.
Yeah,
which doesn't cost servers, or it's not server related because of the fact that bank is all on your device, and when you boot up your connection, it then connects from your device to the thing, so your device itself is essentially the server holding the data, sending the data over to home.
And because bank that shit isn't cheap. I think it's like $15 or $16 a year.
Yeah. Plus so Nintendo's thingy.
So it's like that's the thing. Is like also, I assure you, dear viewer, the number of games being able to connect to bank being cut to like 20%. I assure you, dear viewer, they are not putting the price to 20% of what it is current. That shit is staying the exact same, or God knows if they're increasing it, because like, guys, Champions is doing pretty good.
That's the part that probably pisses me off the most. It's that, guys, you literally just made one extremely good decision, and now you're like, we got enough goodwill again, guys. Let's kill off bank. Yeah!
It's good. Unfortunately for corporations, goodwill is a resource to spend and not something to actually amass for whatever reason.
So there are exceptions to this, and it's usually related to faces of mega corporations. For example, Final Fantasy XIV's director is a really good example of this, where he amassed so much goodwill over the course of his tenure as director and producer that now that Dawn Trail has had one of the worst times of the game's entire history, people are calling for him to get shot and whatnot because he's no longer with it, and because he's no longer with it, he should be shot and fired and gotten rid of, because how dare he no longer be with it. But now that Evercold is looking like it's gonna be cool and everything, people are like, yeah, we love Yoshi P, he saved Final Fantasy XIV. And then in the background, Square Enix is not getting any of the hate, and all of the hate is being directed towards Yoshi P. But he's tanking it because he's got a lot of goodwill going on.
Gotcha. That's respectable. But with all that being said, I think we can get on with the actual games. So once again, obviously, last time we did best of threes because we were doing VGC, but now it's just like straight up best of three again, just as a reminder to y'all. But I will send you the challenge in just a little bit. Remember to validate your teams, although I assume you did it already. So nice. And best of luck. I will see you after the games.
See you. Good luck, good luck.
Good luck, have fun. Alright, so Generation 6 overused. The big notable thing here is also that the current speed stat of a Mega Evolving Pokemon will be counted for the turn when it Mega Evolves. So it's only, yep, there's the man. I'm glad I have ways to deal with them. There's it won't take, the new speed won't be taken into account before it Mega Evolves. We really want to look for Metagross here. The big thing here is that his team is actually pretty good into my Metagross. Alakazam is obviously scary, but like Metagross super gabs the Alakazam, but his other Mons are actually really good with dealing with it. Thunder Punch, unfortunately, doesn't really do anything here. Rocks look good, but not great. The issue is that Feral Lead is actually kind of scary, and Ferrothorn overall is actually pretty good into my team. I think Volcanic is going to be super valuable here, but the scary thing is like he will have hazards, and once again, like I don't have a way to get rid of them because I thought like I'm not that hazard weak. And Sand doesn't actually do that much because it's Magic Guard, and then he has a lot of immune stuff to it. So I actually think we're going to be hurting ourselves more with T-Tar. Obviously, Pursuit, looking great here. Like Focus Blast blows us up is the issue, but oh, this is not going to be... This is going to be Alakazite, and it's going to have other shit. I'll lead Volk, because I think it's the biggest upside here. We do have a Scarf as well. The scary thing here is something like... sorry, I always get distracted by that, because I have the Discord obviously here, and then I see in the corner of my eye, your mic is muted thingy. Yeah, Alakazam is going to be obviously scary, because it's so fast, but we'll see what he leads off with. Okay, this is fine. Now, not obviously optimal, because he gets a free... Actually, it is kind of a 50-50, because like if he clicks a water move on me, Water Absorb, but if he clicks an electric move, I get to do Go Lando. The issue is that I don't want to get burned, but the thing is, how much am I actually taking from Volt Switch? Way too much, and I'm not really doing that much in return. But the thing is, like, this is actually such an interesting position, because like I assume he's gonna be Willow, Pain Split, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, or instead of Pain Split might have Thunderbolt. But this is actually a really interesting situation here. Because the thing is, I don't do that much damage in return. Getting a burn on this would be nice, but the thing is, like, I value, like, my Volcania's HP in this matchup is super valuable, and I don't think I get enough from going for a prediction here. So I think there's a really good chance that both of us just hard switch here, because both of us are in a pretty awkward spot. He does end up going for the Volt Switch, so he does get momentum here. But the reason why I went for Clefable is that obviously if I eat the Willow, I don't care. It's actually good for me, because then I can't get hit with something like Paralysis. I would get a... I still get my Lefty's Recovery, and yeah, they're like... Clefable is good into his team. The main issue is that I want to use this later, and the actual wall that I have isn't actually that great at walling his team. Now, the thing here is... Magma Storm is scary, and he also has 2 immunities to Therian here. I do have some special bulk on it, but I don't still think that The thing is, like, what does this have as a move? I'll go Therian because it's just my safe pivot. Okay, he does go for a Stealth Rock here. That's bad. We do get a knockoff here, which is really good, because the obviously thing that one of his things that can't get knocked off is also Psychic type, so it takes a lot of damage from it. But I really want to get my own rocks up here as well. But I don't think this thing is going to be threatening me with much, especially if it's a Stealth Rock variant. Because if it's a Stealth Rock variant, I expect it to be like Stealth Rock, Toxic, Magma Storm, Protect with lefties. And if it's that, that means that our Clefable is actually probably going to be able to beat this thing 1v1 later on. And if we knock off its leftovers, this thing becomes a lot less scary. Alright, we do get the knockoff. Is it a Scarf? It's not. Interesting. This thing is also a Mega. How much am I taking of Gardevoir? How much am I taking from a Thunderbolt? I don't take that much. Obviously, it does more when it megas, but also U-turn. This thing is gonna be slower than me, which is the thing. There's also a chance that he just doesn't stay in, but that tells me that he's not Mega Alakazam though. So the reason why his item didn't get knocked off is because he has a Mega Stone. The only way your item doesn't get knocked off if you have a Z Crystal or a Mega Stone, and obviously Z Crystals don't exist in Generation 6 yet. But yeah, there it is. Now the question is, what do we go into? And I think it's gotta be Metagross. Like, Metagross will also sing every single day. He gets a crit, which is annoying, but it is luckily resisted. Now, we blow this thing up with Bullet Punch. I will be Mega Evolving here. And now the thing is, the Ferrothorn is pretty obvious. So, do we risk eating another move and go for a Power Punch instead? Even if we go for a Power Punch, the thing is that I'm not doing a lot of damage on the Pharaoh. But the thing is also that by doing that, I get my Mega Evolution off, which is the big thing here. I don't think I kill this thing with Thunder Punch even after Mega Evolving is the thing. I'll still click this actually. It stays in. Interesting. Gets the drop, doesn't matter. And yeah, we kill it. Now he gets a free switching, but his Mega is gone, which is obviously very important. That also tells me that Alakazam is probably a Specs variant. I don't kill this thing with Bullet Punch. I can get a lot of chip on it though, but I don't think is trading, because I'm looking at his team and genuinely I don't do much with Metagross. So I genuinely don't know if switching out here is worth it. Because if I can get a chip on this and I can obviously always kill it with Pursuit is the thing. But I don't really want to switch in my Metagross, my Tyranitar here to eat something. Because I can just sack this and go safely into Tornadus Therian and just click U-turn. So I think actually I'm sacking this thing and just clicking Bullet Punch. So this could be Scarf, but if it's Scarf locked into Shadow Ball, I don't care. If it's Specs, it doesn't kill me. I literally have a free U-turn here. And yeah, I don't need to predict anything. U-turn kills whatever he goes into. I don't get momentum. Because if we can, that's fine. This is his best switch because he always also gets arm barbs. He is not Rocky Helmet, so it's going to be lefties. And now, do we bring in Volcanion here? And I don't think so. This is still... So, like, we need to break the Heatran Pharaoh core. After that's broken, I think I'm kind of chilling. Superpower actually does a lot. Is he especially... How much did I do? I did 10% with U-turn, which is, yeah. I have a good chance of actually killing this thing, but I don't think it's worth it yet. This thing is not really touching me. Orlando. So I think here we finally get our own rocks up. I'm also physically bulky. He probably cheats here. He sets his spikes. Interesting. And I think, honestly, even if he switches, I think I'll just click Earthquake into U-turn. There's a chance that he switches here. Okay, he doesn't. Just a leech seed. That's still fine. And I don't think he switches here. Because he has the leech seed, yeah. And now the question is, what do you go for? There's a good chance that he goes for a grass move. But even Power Whip doesn't do that much because of the chip. How much do I do on this with Air Slash? Not much. Heatwave does a decent bit, but once again, I need to break the core first. Nothing on his team appreciates a superpower, so honestly, it's time to summon the sand, which is no longer permanent. Spike's chip obviously hurts a lot. He misses the power wave, which is really lucky for me. We are getting paid back for the crit earlier. I don't... Actually, I do kill with superpower. Yeah, I don't need to predict anything. I click superpower, and we get the kill. Okay, this is perfect. Because now the core is broken, and now I get to, against this team, I get to click just volcanic eruption on my Volcanion. So steam eruption. I said volcanic eruption, I think. Rocks. I still think I want to preserve my life total. We can't prevent him from activating Toxic Heal, which is the issue here. But I will be going into my Lando. I don't really need it for anything at this point. There's the knockoff. Takes a Rocky Helmet chip still. And he activates Poison Heal. Now, I don't really have a reason not to click Stone Edge. Obviously, it is 80% accurate, but still. All we need is a little bit of chip in case he's special defensive, like I'm in my other team. Run and Wash. This chip is really valuable. Please hit. Thank you. No crit. This thing is bold as all hell. Would he predict me and click Volt Switch? He could. I don't think he needs to though. But I think, actually, I think he needs to come back. I can scout for Scarf, so I will be Stone Edging. A Willow, interesting. No crit is unfortunate. Oh wait, I know leftovers. And now I will be U-turning. That pain split gave me HP. I appreciate it though. He probably will pain split again, right? Actually, do I just kill this thing with Volk? I do. Okay. I go Volk here. I take a lot of chip. And unfortunately, Alakazam is gonna be scared. Oh wait, it doesn't kill anymore. Wait, Sludge Bomb always kills. Okay. Well, 98.8% of the time. If it brings in Alakazam here, I switch. Okay, perfect. And we go... We don't need to go T-Tar, right? No, I can just go this. See what he locks into. Shadow Ball, yeah, doesn't do anything. And I... At this point, do I just click Air Slash? I think I do. Yeah. Let's go for Air Slash. And I don't need to knock off here, but I could. I'll just air slash again. We have a chance to flinch. There's the Roost. Roost and Poison Heal, and then we go Clefable here. And probably Roosts again. Oh, he knocks off. Okay. That's a little annoying, but that's still fine. And now we set up a Calm Mind. Yeah. We are bold, so that doesn't really hurt us. And then we go Soft Boiled. And we're always healing. Ooh, nice taunt. Okay. It is the anti-stall. And probably then especially... Oh, okay, never mind. He wasn't specially defensive, so never mind. I could... Yeah, at this point, I just sack this, because I get to kill this thing for free with... okay, well, I would have killed it for free with Pursuit. Okay. We had pivoted the endgame pretty nicely. He might be just taking the time to take notes. Okay. Kaido is in. I clicked Soft Boiled here. Roar. Brings in Lando T. That's fine. Now we get to see if he has Protect, because he will be cricking it if he does. Okay, he does. That's fine. He can't Protect now. We bring in this guy. And we just click Earth Power. Because it does more damage. Another Roar. Interesting. Will he be... Nothing I do here actually does a lot of damage. He could be roaring again, is the thing. So I don't really want to set up. I think his best bet is low-key to click Roar. The thing is, like, the moment we get Tornadus Tyrion in, and that's funny. The moment we get Tornadus Tyrion in, and actually, do I just do it now? I don't think he's roaring. He doesn't have a reason to roar this. Don't burn me? Thank you. Okay. Perfect. Because now we always get the knockoff, and as long as we get the knockoff, he's dead when Volcanion comes in. Because actually, Volcanion dies to... Ooh, wait, Volcanion dies. Actually, no, we can still just kill this with Titor. Right? Yeah. Volcanion dies when he comes in. Do I stack something? Okay. Yeah, it makes sense though. That end game got scary. Dude, I almost lost to Hazards. Like, Hazard stack is just so scary. But yeah, we still had, like, as long as we get the knockoff, that was a good ass game though. That was really fucking scary. I do not need another that's so scary. And now I'm even more scared because obviously I'm so hazard weak here, but you know. We'll see what we can do. Alright, there's Caesar. There's multiple stealth rockers here, but no spikes. But the rocks is obviously the scary thing here. It's very bulky plus Caesar, so like the moment I get rid of Caesar, like I'm pretty good, but his team is so good into Talonflame. Keldeo looks okay, Weavile looks kind of insane, and low-key Gliscor might win. Psychic is also really good to have here. The question is, what do I lead off with? Because I don't have, obviously... The thing is also, I think, like, Superior... Like, breaks... Superior kind of solo breaks the defensive core. Do because I will just be able to click Leaf Star. So I want to preserve its HP. Getting knockoffs here is going to be extremely important. Like, Weavile is going to be here to deal with Zapdos and get knockoffs. What do I lead with, though? I kind of want to get Latias immediately online, but I think I like Weavile in the lead. Because most things I'll just be able to click knockoff on. Because if I can get rid of the lefties on the Mons, because like, Chansey is going to be Eviolite. This thing's going to be lefties, this thing's going to be lefties, this thing's going to be AV. Zapdos could be lefties. Oh, that's really good for me. Perfect, perfect. I'm immediately just clicking. Oh, this thing is eating Giga. It's... It is Mega Slowbro. Well, it's dead now, so... Yo, Jeexx, welcome to Choice Band Weavile. He's probably sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. We immediately either get his Mega or knock off something else and deal like Giga damage. Like, Choice Band knockoff Weavile is unethical hoops. There's a reason why they took this move away from Weavile. But the battle rages on. One for all but the battle. I don't know. I'm trying to decipher what the names are. It is a Marvelous Sunday though. Okay, what item was this? Interesting. There is a world where we do this. I don't think I need to though. I don't think he's doing anything to Keldeo, and I can just be clicking Scald. But there's two Mons that are not losing their items, so it is Mega Caesar. But now the question is... Wait, let me see actually. That's fine. This thing is probably Storm Drain is the scary thing, but I don't think this thing is not doing anything to me, right? I'll click Sacred Sword. Items that can't be knocked off in Pokemon. Okay. I'm glad I did that. Once again, I don't care if he switches. I am playing Megason, Siskros, and Arceus plays great. So is he not running an item, or is he... He has to be dual Mega, right? Like, he has to be dual Mega. He's getting a Regenerator healing here, which is obviously a little annoying. Now the question is, what is this thing doing to me? Probably clicking Thunder Wave, right? This is really risky of a switch, but I'm expecting... Oh, slacking off. Okay. He most likely has Ice Beam, but the thing here is that I have... I'm especially defensive, so that's why I'm not that scared of it. But this thing is a bit of a problem, though. Well, now he's definitely not Thunder Waving. I would love to get a status on this thing, though. I'm not doing that much with Facade, is the thing. How much is Serp taking off Ice Beam? A lot. Yeah, Ice Beam is scary. I'll go back to Weavile. Yep. He gets the crit. Knockoff doesn't kill. Let me put none on the items. Because it's doing the Calyx space on. If he stays in, I do KO with Pursuit though. I'm banking on him staying in and clicking Thunder Wave on me. Getting a Thunder Wave on this Weavile would be very valuable for him. The issue is just like that. If I trade my Weavile here and... Fuck. If I get burnt, that would be devastating. Dude, I did not realize how annoying this low pro was gonna be. I can't do that, can I? I can't. Fuck, dude, this thing is so annoying. Because, like, these two things together are pretty unbreakable for me. He would not switch because I clicked Pursuit already. But what is he clicking is the thing. I'll go Latias here. I'll at least get my Mega Evolution. Yeah, makes sense. The thing is that without like setting up Superior, I don't think I can really break this thing. There's a chance that he goes Gastro here, but I don't really care. I'm pretty sure even after lefties... Okay, I don't kill it with High Shock. I want my Mega Evolution, so even if he goes Gastro here, I'm fine with that. Toxic. That's fine. Let's go Superior now, because he probably doesn't really have a reason not to slack off. But yeah, the defensive core here is pretty hard for my team to break, because I don't have a lot of ways through these like bulky water types apart from Superior, and obviously both of them having ice moves makes it harder. But this thing only has ice moves called. Leafstone doesn't OHKO, but he also doesn't kill me back. There's a world where I just click Glare but do I want that or would I rather burn this thing? I have lefties and I don't take that much from Ice Beam. I'll actually click Glare. He could also Toxic me, but I don't think he would risk that. Okay, we get the power. It's time to click Substitute. If it goes Toxic here, I might just immediately win. Oh, that might be... Actually, no, because I have... he can just bring in Zapdos for free. He breaks sub. He needs to switch here, though. But the thing is... Am I predicting Zapdos coming in? No. I'm just clicking... Actually, do I just click sub again? Should I click sub again? Yeah, this is still fine. Because I get some lefties recovery. I'll still click Relief Storm. We get to see if this thing is lefties, which I assume it is. And it's Heat Wave as well. Okay, that's good information. We basically didn't lose a lot of life there. And this thing now is in range of dying to knockoff here, so we just need a safe switch. Now the thing here is I don't think this thing is doing anything to Gliscor. He could go for HP Ice to predict though, which is a little scary. But how much am I taking off HP Ice? It is a 2-hit KO still. He has 30. I have okay. I'll go Special Week. Because this is like, it is also still a like pretty like the defensive core is still like, if I can break through the defensive core, like we're gonna be kind of chilling. But the issue is obviously a lot of his stuff having a lot of recovery. Okay, we get the speed drop. He predicts me, don't burn me. Good. Ice Wind kills, and he gets to go Slowbro for free here though, which I think he will. Clefable, interesting. Okay. This is good, because I love being able to glare this thing. Now, the thing here is that I'm pretty sure this thing will be carrying Ice Beam, and it is 2k on me. I want to glare this thing, because I can't obviously damage it with anything. That's perfectly fine. I get the special attack. That's really funny. He still doesn't kill me. I think I honestly get chip on this thing. Do I? Is it valuable? I think it is. This thing will break my sub every time, right? Let's see if he goes for it. Heal ball, okay. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. The issue is that he always kills, breaks my sub with seismic toss, yeah. And I only have a little bit of BP left on my Leaf Storm. I'll still click it because now Zapdos can't coming. Actually, he needs to sack something here, right? Yeah, this thing is dead. This is good. Okay, I only have 2 Leaf Storms left, which is the big issue here. Only 2 Leaf Storms is really bad because I need them for these 2. This thing kills me, but I'll go Gliscor. I'll SD. And now I click Facade. He Ice Beams. Doesn't crit. He needs to go into something else. Both of these things KO. I'd rather go for Earthquake here in case, yeah, he goes Scizor. Obviously my team is not very well equipped to deal with a stall team, unfortunately. Bullet Punch, that's fine. We click Willa here. He might go Chansey. We do have priority here though. Okay, that's fine as long as we land. Good. I still think I kill this thing with Brave Bird. I do. I'm locked in though, so... Oh, I don't know. Wait, why did he... Did he run out of time? Wait, did he run out of time? No, he didn't.
Everything possible under the sun, even when it's not from them.
What do you forfeit?
I'm not gonna fucking bother playing this out.
You were the one who brought a stall team, man.
No, the issue here is I lost the one Mon that should effectively be able to wall the superior here.
Yeah.
And everything else that I have just fucking dies to it.
I mean, but I had only 2 Leaf Storms left though. I was literally talking about that.
Yeah.
I literally need to click them on Gastro and Slowbro, but I do.
After I'm in a position where I get burned on the guy who needs to actually take a single hit possibly in this position, and then the end result is, oh, I got actually burned here and I can't click anything because I can't bring this thing out anymore ever again because it can't take 2 hits.
You're not natural cure in it?
I am. Fuck, I forgot.
Ah.
Oh well, whatever. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give enough of fun to play this out.
That's fair.
It could possibly go the way of the Dodo, and I end up winning this, and then I end up having to play against this team with my other team, which should, in theory, maybe not be able to win this matchup at all. I don't think I have anything on the other team that can actually match the fucking superior, and nothing that can actually wall it outside of maybe Heatran. But then for Heatran, you obviously have everything else that can just kind of take it.
I mean, the other team also kind of gets soloed by Weavile after a little bit of chip.
Yeah. The thing that got me the most was putting out Slowbro and seeing Weavile do 60% of it.
Dude, I literally were you double mega, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The reason why I have that was because this thing is supposed to be good enough to just fucking take the hit.
Oh yeah, Slowbro doesn't need an item. Slowbro is really fucking good. But it was really fun. I literally immediately when that happened, even without because like if you had an item, Slowbro gets O-code, which is really funny.
Yeah.
And I was literally like when we were then just sitting there for like 30 seconds, I was like, "Yep, welcome to Gen 6 OU, Jeexx. This is why they took knockoff away from Weavile."
I mean, yeah, when you give him on a fucking... arguably one of the best moves in the entire game.
Knockoff is, in my opinion, the single best move. Like, this iteration of Knockoff is the best move that in the entire game.
It's like a... How when you think about, like, U-turn is a really good move because it advances the game state. knockoff is the same thing, but it doesn't require you to switch out, and they gave it more power?
92 base power move that gets rid of your opponent's item.
Why?
It really breaks stall teams well though, which is why I like it, but it is outrageous that it is also on one of the like most spammable types in the entire game. Because it's literally resisted by fairy and fighting.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
And they took one resistance away from it too, which like is also questionable in the sense like, come on guys, okay. Like yeah, sure,
Okay.
steel is the strongest.
Yeah, I was gonna say like steel
like,
needed that, but yeah, it's they should
like,
make something like
it's
bug.
not about steel needing it, but it's about dark not having that many answers after it's gone. And it's like, come on, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think getting knocked off on the first turn just instantly tilted me because like, dude, this thing is supposed to take 2 of these at least. What the fuck? What the fuck?
No, dude, nothing, unless you're a quadruple resisting, nothing is taking a fucking Joyce Bandit like knockoff. Like, let's not get it twisted. But this is like, it was still a like relatively interesting game because like the first like entire game was literally like, okay, he has a really good defensive core, and it's like I have a really hard time breaking through it, especially because literally, by the way, I named my team Hazard Weak Balanced Offense. So as you can see, like my shit gets rocked by Stealth Fox. The literal reason why I was running Latias Mega is I really needed a defogger, and Latias gets defog and recover, and obviously it's super bulky, so it's the most reliable defogger for me. So I wasn't even running hazards myself, and obviously the way you usually break through stall teams is through hazard stacking. And not having hazards, and you obviously having a cleric, and then like most things also having self-healing, was like, oh, this shit is so fucking hard to break through. But then immediately, obviously, when one thing falls, then like you said, like it's now you lost a wall to this thing, and then after that it becomes so much harder to wall anything. And it is also funny that you said like, yeah, I lost the one like reliable wall to Serpero when like after one boost it does 50% resisted with Leaf Storm.
Yeah, but that's like the only wall that I have because everything else is fucking dice.
Yeah, like, Serpero is an interesting Pokemon.
I think Contrary is a really good ability for sweepers, obviously. But at the same time, it's the kind of thing where you look at it and you're like, this should never be on a Pokemon that doesn't have to invest into something to use.
That's the thing is like, Malamar is... I love Malamar. Like, we will see Malamar later. It's literally one of my favorite Pokemon from the entire generation. And on a mon like Malamar, Contrary being its like... own essential signature ability is something that makes sense because it's like it's a wacky ability. It's like, holy shit, this is broken. But on something like Malamar, it's completely fine. But then it's like, well, what if we give this mon, which issue is that it doesn't have coverage? What if we give it an ability which is like, fuck coverage, I'm gonna be clicking my Draco Meteor into everything, and the Draco Meteor is gonna be giving me a nasty blood every time.
When you think about that, and you think like, okay, let's make a mon that's as fast as a fucking Latios or Latias, and have it click Draco with Contrary. And what are you doing, bro? Yeah, sure, Draco's only resisted by one type in the game, or like 2 types in the game, one being immune to it, one resisting it. But like, at least Draco has an immunity to work against it.
Yeah, Serperior is a menace, and that's all the thing is like that's because you literally don't have coverage. So it's literally I have Leaf Storm and I have Hidden Power Fire for the most obvious defensive wall, which is steel types, which are obviously like very plentiful here as well. And the issue there, obviously, for this is like it gets immediately walled by Heatran, but that's why I have like Keldeo with Tutor from water moves. I have Gliscor. Like I have multiple ways of dealing with Heatran for that reason. And other than that, it's like it's a mon that clicks the same move and things die. But yeah. I didn't get to do stuff with Talonflame because funnily enough, the only move that I clicked on it was Will-O-Wisp, but I am choice banded on this thing. It's because the one thing here is also that I'm choice banned on Talonflame, I'm choice banned on Weavile, I'm choice specs on Keldeo. I have a lot of choice items, and obviously we just earlier talked about how broken knockoff is, and you really need to like have stuff to be able to absorb knockoffs, and the idea with Talonflame is that it blows up something with Choice Band, but later on, like, expecting to get knocked off, and it's like being able to click I talked about this in my team breakdown as well, where being able to click a priority Brave Bird into something and chip it for a lot, and then probably go down after, be able to, like, if you get hit with knockoff back, you click Will-O-Wisp on the turn you die, and then you get to bring in either SD Gliscor or Substitute Superior into something. A crippled physical attacker that's burned gives me a really good, like, situation to just sweep from there. And that was kind of the philosophy there. But obviously here it was legit just like the things coming in are either going to be Chansey or Gliscor, and hitting a burn on either of them is going to be fine. The issue then is like...
Gliscor?
No, Gliscor, sorry. Scizor.
Oh, Scizor.
Yeah. If it was Gastrodon, then that was like fine as well. But it's essentially like those were the two that I expected to kind of come in. And then the after that... Obviously, because I'm choice locked, I need to switch out Bath, because it was like, if it's Chansey, then Chansey most likely wants, because it's so low, it wants to heal Bell anyway, which means that I get to bring in Weavile for free, and looking at all of your HPs, everything except for Clefable just dies to knock off at that point. And if you're bringing Clefable and I get to knock off Clefable's supposedly lefties, then I'm also in a really good position, because I can then just switch out because I still have all my Mons.
I think Mega Caesar might take it because it's defensively invested.
Oh, it won't die to it, yeah, but it's not like it's, if you bring it in, like, it's still like fine. Actually, I can literally see how much.
61% for Mega Caesar with some defense investment, and I had like max defense investment.
Yeah, it's what 38% max.
Yeah. And then obviously Bullet Punch just fucking.
I mean, I am not staying in on that, but that's the thing is, like, I have Keldeo who I can like always bring in for free against Scizor, and obviously like Keldeo also into this team is like Gastrodon hinders it a lot, but also I was talking about it kind of earlier on when it's like if I break the Gastrodon Slowbro core, then I can just start clicking Scald with Keldeo into everything.
Yes, and then it's just kind of unfortunate for me. But I did. So the thing is, I saw this hit Will-O-Wisp, and my instant thought was, oh, this thing is gonna go for a fucking literally anything, and I take a billion fucking damage, and I instantly die, because even if I don't take I won't get to heal the burn, and I won't get to heal. I think I had another paralysis up again. No, I didn't have a paralysis.
Yep, you cleaned the last one.
If I click Heal Bell here, right, and I get rid of my burn, I'm still left with just 29% HP, which means that I'm still losing if I click Heal Bell. But I assumed I was gonna die.
Yeah.
And anything that I switch into here is unfortunately gonna get chipped too much. And if I want to switch Chansey in later, it's gonna die because of the combination of whatever hit it and burn dealing 12%.
Yeah, and
it just made me go like, yeah, that's over. It's over.
Yeah, everything else except for Clefable dies if it comes in to Talonflame. But yeah, I mean, it is a fair assumption, because like, why would you click Will-O-Wisp on a choice banded Mon? But that's one of those cases where it's just like, sometimes I run like status moves on choice moves as well, because obviously you have the obvious like choice scarf trick, but there's also like sometimes you just create tempo like that, and it's obviously like clicking something else kills the thing also, but the Willow also creates a like you said, interesting situation, because like you kinda have to cleanse the burn, because we're still like, I think it's next generation when burn finally gets nerfed, but still at this point like burn still does 12%, so it's, dude, burn is too fucking broken, so I'm glad like they nerfed
like,
that
imagine
thing,
you have poison in the game, and poison does nothing except damage over time, and then it does less damage.
Yeah, it is.
Why does poison even exist anymore?
It is interesting, because if you click Will-O-Wisp on a fire type, it's not 100% accurate, but if you click Toxic on a poison type, it is 100% accurate.
Well, yeah, but Toxic is different from poison.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, regular poison is just regular poison is just what I mean, dude. What inflicts regular poison? Because
Poison Sting.
okay,
Poison Point. Sludge Bomb.
Sludge Bomb is badly poisoned. And poison
Is
jab is also badly poisoned. Yeah, that's why I was saying like, what does actually inflict like regular
Just
poison?
remove regular poison from Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
like genuinely.
it's
The only thing that it does, it's balances the fucking base game when you're playing the game. It's like, that doesn't matter. Does anyone actually care if your Pokemon is taking 2x damage per turn from your fucking Toxic or like 1/8 of your HP as regular poison? I don't
yeah.
think anybody cares.
Are these song lyrics, by the way, on the Caesar team?
Oh yes, they're from Mass Destruction. The only one world, one love, but battle goes on. Mass
Oh, gotcha.
Destruction.
I probably don't have to tell you what this team is.
No. I think this is the second time I've seen some horses.
Yeah, this is the second team. But I would be very surprised if you actually you might like.
I have no idea. I was looking at this and being like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, they're basket NBA players, but specifically last season's 2025 NBA season's All-Stars.
I was expecting
VPs.
some sports ball, but like I would not have been able to guess that it was previous year's sports ball.
That's fair. But yeah. What about these
80 years
are
ago.
oh yeah, these are Yonko, not Yonko, because there's Garp.
They're
Or-
old.
They're old people. I
They're
see.
old.
I do not know
It's
who Rox
quite
is. I've heard the name, but that's about it.
Maybe you'll find out who Rox is, and maybe this Gliscor is a
Rox.
piece of fucking shit who perfectly embodies everything about that guy. Motherfucker.
If you wanted to be the perfect embodiment, you should have gone all out for the Gliscor stall. What is it? Fucking substitute, protect, toxic, roost. The full.
I only had
stall package.
I went for taunt EQ because I was thinking like,
I really,
kind of want something to attack on this.
yeah, I really do
And
like your set.
It's really spooky.
I think because like Gliscor with Poison Heal and Taunt Knockoff is like one of the best stall breakers itself, while also having a lot of like longevity itself as well, which it's really good. It's
really surprising how much survivability this thing has even without stuff like Protect Toxic.
Yeah, it is true. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up.
Oh, quick comment on the name still. I think Heatran being Kaido turned out to be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because this motherfucker was not dying.
It refuses to die.
He tries to die, but he just can't. It's impossible.
Poor fucking fella. But yeah, we've opened the Generation 6 door now, and next time we will continue down the ladder in underused. So, it's gonna be a dog cam for the end of it. Hold up.
Let's go.
Hey,
dog
big
cam.
cool. You wanna come say hi? Hoopla. Guys, Pickles is hi. He doesn't like being picked up.
Or
Okay, I'll let you go.
he's freaked the fuck out. So cool is you.
Obviously, you can't see that on the Jeexx stream, but you're gonna have to check out the YouTube video. It will have dog footage, so everybody at Arc Hero.
I'll do my best.
But yeah, regardless though, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so very much for watching. We will see you next time for Generation 6 Underused, and stay tuned for that. We'll see you then. Peace.